Hello and welcome to City Beat. I'm your host Greg from the Lewiston City Library. Joining me today are Karrie Smith and Jonelle McCoy from the YWCA. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on the show today.
Super excited to be with you.
Good. I always like to start a show with someone being excited because if we save that till the end, it's harder to get into the show. Okay. So tell us, what exactly is the YWCA? What is it anyways?
Well, I love that you ask what it is because I feel like it's actually a who, because the Y grew out of the women's movement. And we started out as the Young Women's Christian Association when we were founded, which was here in Lewiston in 1919. So
Wow.
We're coming up on our centennial, and in 100 years a lot changes, and the Y has, because the people who are the Y have. And we have this thing we like to say, we're not all young, and we're not all women, and we're not all Christian. We're a really inclusive and diverse group of folks, including the volunteers and community members who are a part of us. So the Y is really our community and our response to the community.
Oh, fantastic. So what is it that the YWCA does? Or do we just call it the Y? I don't want to get it wrong.
You know, we do tend to call it the Y, but it is the YWCA.
I didn't want to offend anybody.
No, we're okay. Sometimes we want to break out in song with it, but no, sometimes we do get called the YMCA, but we are the YWCA. You know, we went through a change probably about a year ago where we just kind of what I call circle the wagons type of thing, where we needed to really revamp what we were doing and meet the needs of the communities that we serve. And so we kind of, what we term going back to our roots, and just really had to go back to our mission of what we do and what we want to do for our community. And we are mainly a domestic violence, sexual assault, victims of crime agency serving those clients. And we serve a really huge area. In Idaho, we serve 4 counties all the way down to Riggins, Idaho County, Lewis County, Clearwater County, and then Nez Perce County, of course. And in Washington, we actually cover Garfield and Asotin counties. So we actually do have some satellite offices, as I like to call them, that we have advocates working in those agencies in Grangeville and Orfino and Kamiah, because we just can't reach that huge of an area from our Lewiston office. So mainly we've really become a community-based organization that working with those who are disempowered through their relationships or through other circumstances and need help.
So you kind of touched on this briefly, but who can access your services?
Obviously, those who are suffering in domestic violence or sexual assault relationship, those who are victims of crime. You know, victimization really knows no boundaries as far as economic status or your circumstances, whether you live in a rural town or a city. And so everyone can access our services. We have a 24-hour crisis line that people can access. And we also have lots of services, housing services within our, in Lewiston, safe shelter for someone who needs a safe place to stay. We have what we call our EHP unit, which is our extended housing program, and it's mainly for those who have been in, who are homeless kind of due to domestic violence and sexual assault.
So it sounds like you not only do a lot and cover a huge area. How do you do all of that?
Well, we have really good staff.
We do.
Number one.
And good volunteers.
And good volunteers, especially.
But great partners.
Right. We have really great partners. You have some of those things that you see us doing in the community, like National Night Out that happens in the summertime.
Alive After 5.
Alive After 5. You see us over in Clarkston doing lots of activities with that.
Our school supply distribution has been going on about a decade, and we serve a lot of students that way. And one of the things that Karrie mentioned, and I think is important too, is we don't put any restrictions on who can come for those supplies, because we really, equality is one of our values at the Y, and we don't see any need to try and have people prove that they deserve equal school supplies to start out a school year. So I love that. It's one of my favorite things at the Y.
Right. What else do I'm trying to think of other things that we are out in the community.
We do
art walk.
so much.
Right, we
yeah,
do.
We have awareness months. Sexual Assault Awareness Month is in April, and Domestic Violence Awareness Month is in October. And those are really important events to us because I feel like it's actually a way of making invisible crimes visible. Because people are usually feeling really guilty or ashamed if they've experienced something like that. And it's part of our mission to let folks know that it's okay to be open and it's okay to seek help and that we are there to be that help if they want to access it. And we do so much behind the scenes too. I mean, those are things I think people know about, but there are so many things people don't know that we do. Do you want to talk a little bit about like the CCR and the SART team? And you can explain what those acronyms are.
We use our acronyms, of course. Any business has those, any agencies. And so we do a lot of partnerships with those in the community. We have what's called a coordinated community response. And that's kind of just getting together with the police departments and probation and parole, prosecutor's office, because domestic violence is really a community problem. And sexual assault is also, and those who are victims of crime also. And so we all want to end it, of course, but we all want to be on the same page. And so we meet quite regularly with those. We have what's called a sexual assault response team also that meets in the different areas in Idaho, and task forces also, because we want to be able to serve those who need empowering and need us to be on the same page too.
Oh, definitely. So how does an individual or family get involved?
Oh, yeah. And I know it can seem like this is all really a big thing with professional folks and different organizations, but even if you're just one person, you can be a part of the difference that we're making in the community. And you can do that by donating, and that can be, your money or your time as a volunteer. I work with the volunteers, and I love that people are willing to come in and give up their time. I think that's just as important as any cash donation.
Absolutely.
Sustaining members are probably our favorite form of support, but we also have, a lot of ways of getting involved, and we can kind of talk a little bit more about some of the things that are really nice when people think of us to give. If anyone's been wondering why we have a few things to share on the table, this is what we're looking for.
Right.
Yeah, so what kinds of things are you looking for? That's
jokingly, we always say we take cash, credit, or check. But there are items that our clients need all season long. And not just the Christmas season or the holiday season. So some of the things are really some hygiene products, shampoo, conditioner, deodorant, especially toothpaste, toothbrush. It's amazing how quickly we go through those things. Unfortunately, a lot of victims have to leave in the middle of the night. They don't have a lot of these items together to take with them quickly. Mm-hmm. We also any kind of pay-as-you-go phone. We're especially always in need of those, plus the minutes that go with those, so that many times they're connected with their abusers' cell phone service, and it's not safe for them to call. It can be tracked. It can be seen on the computer as far as who the victim might be calling, and so these come in really handy, especially when they're trying to contact their family. They're trying to contact doing some job search, appointments, lawyers, anything like that. Contact us.
Yeah.
Especially. We also have what I referred to earlier was our extended housing program, which are those units outside in front of the Y, or outside the side of the Y, and those are kind of set up in their own little studio apartments. And we need items for them. Many times, again, they have to leave quickly. They don't have things to set up a household, so we need can openers, dish soap, towels. We always twin size sheets. We always need. They have a microwave and an electric skillet, and so to heat up a can of soup or something is really helpful. We are especially in need of diapers, especially those size 5 and size 6, those pull-ups. We get lots of newborn sizes, but they grow quickly.
Yes, they do.
And we really need some of those bigger sizes.
And really, it's all about trying to make our clients feel as at home as possible, knowing that this is not their permanent home, knowing that this might be one of the tougher points in their life. We still want to be able to provide them with those basic necessities that, they don't have to worry about because they're already dealing with another crisis in their lives. So if you're thinking about what to donate, even think about the things you might really want if you're traveling or, going to stay at somebody else's house for a while. That's kind of their approach to being with us. It's temporary, but necessary and hopefully supported.
Yeah.
We also have a list of things that we can really use on our website, which is www.ywcaidaho.org, all one word, the YWCA Idaho, and lots of information on that website also, and things that we need all year long.
Yeah. I love that we're the only YWCA in Idaho because we get the YWCAIdaho.org.
Right.
It's just very yes, it's us. We've claimed Idaho.
Very cool, very cool. So what upcoming events do you have that people might want to attend or be a part of?
Great. And I love talking about this because it brings it back into my realm of volunteering and donation. A lot of times when people think about volunteering, they might think about the United Way comes and does a day of caring with us. And that's just one time, one shot in the year. We have another opportunity like that coming up where folks can join us on our Martin Luther King Jr. celebration. And January 18th, we're going to be having a walk from the Y to the Center for Arts and History. We've partnered with LCSC to do this, and we're really excited because it's one of the first times it's coming back down into the heart of the city along Main Street, and it's a really nice way to come out and really remember Dr. King and his mission, which is still a part of our mission today. And you can do acts of service on that day with LCSC, and then come and get some food with us at the Y, and then the walk. And it's that one-time shot that's really family-friendly. You can bring everyone with you. Another upcoming event we have is our fundraiser, which is always the last Friday in February, and it's support our shelters. So when we're talking about support, we're actually talking about a soup luncheon where some of our really great partners, like all of our first responders, firefighters, and police officers, they make soups and donate them. So they're there, nudging one another, trying to get the best soup. We actually have an awesome trophy that goes home with them.
Competition.
Yeah, but folks can volunteer throughout the year, even right now, to paint these bowls with us. And then it's also an opportunity to come and support us on the last Friday in February by having a bowl of soup and picking out one of these amazing hand-painted, one-of-a-kind bowls to take home, and that's your souvenir for the event. And for folks that are curious about getting involved throughout the year, we have a contact form on our website, and you can call, 743-1535 anytime, and you'll be talking to me about getting involved. Secret, you can also be involved and be our boss. Our board are all volunteers. So it's not always just about coming in and doing the grunt work. Sometimes it's about leading the movement. So if you're interested in being a part of that, you can volunteer as a board member as well.
Wow, it sounds like you guys are doing so many great things, and it sounds like you don't have a lot of free time because you are doing quite a bit.
Well, enough to visit with you.
Well, it's been great having you on the show today. Thank you so much for being here, Karrie and Jonelle. And on behalf of our guests, Karrie, Jonelle, myself, and everyone else here, we hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll see you next time on City Beat.